His Excellency, the late former UN General Secretary, Kofi Annan, once said, and I quote, "When the youth rise, the nation moves," unquote. But this, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. I am Kamal-Deen Ibn Chambas, a proud Ghanaian youth and advocate for sustainable development, national transformation, and the convener for Make Africa Great Again. Before I proceed, Your Excellency, I would like to commend your government for your relentless efforts in driving the country into prosperity, especially restoring the hope for the youth. However, Your Excellency, I come before you as a humble messenger on behalf of millions of Ghanaian youth who are willing to contribute to the development of the country, but are faced with numerous challenges that require your immediate attention. Your Excellency, I emphasize, it requires your immediate attention. And for the sake of time, I will seek your indulgence to move on. Point number one, Your Excellency, has to do with rent and housing crisis. Across the nation, the youth are suffocating under the crisis of renting. Your Excellency, I feel for the mother in Ahafo region who would have to send her child to the University of Ghana and would have to pay 4,500 Ghana cedis just for accommodation and for few months stay. I feel for the Ghanaian youth who have been employed and are being forced to pay 2-year rent where their earnings is less than 1,500 Ghana cedis. Your Excellency, we plead for immediate intervention. Regulate the rent prices, reduce advance payment to maximum 3 months, and also build more infrastructure to actually target the youth. Example has to do with the Sagleme housing project. We can innovate it so that the youth can rent it at affordable prices. This will go a long way to reduce the burden of the youth when it comes to renting. Your Excellency, point number two has to do with recruitment of the youth into the national security agencies, such as the police service, the immigration services, the prison service, amongst others. Thousands of youth purchase forms yearly, about 100 Ghana cedis, and the forms that are being sold out is about 100,000 forms. Your Excellency, at the end of the day, few people are being picked through what so-called protocols. When you multiply the 100,000 times the 100 cedis being paid by these innocent youth, you are getting a whooping amount of 10 million Ghana cedis. Where does this money go to? It is important that we reform the security agency recruitment so that they only advertise and sell forms equivalent to the number of people you intend to recruit. For example, at least if the security agency want to pick at least 1,000 youth, they should focus on printing less. It shouldn't be up to 100,000. If you want 1,000 recruits, you bring out at least 1,000 plus maybe 200 forms. That will help to ensure fairness, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, point number three has to do with National Service Scheme restructuring. Your Excellency, the National Service must be restructured to align with graduate field of study. A classical example is that some students go to school to study zoology and they are being posted to the bank, which does not reflect what the student learned in school. So we will be happy if we can reform this in a way that when a student studies a course, they must be posted to their field of study to ensure integration, which will at the end of the day improve human resource in the country. Your Excellency, number four has to do with amending the part of the Constitution that says that a person should be 40 years before contesting for presidency. That is Article 62B. Your Excellency, I am glad to know that you have a majority in Parliament. That is 2/3 members of Parliament. That means that we can proceed by passing out some policies. So we plea on you to basically amend the part of the constitution that says that 40 years should contest. Inspiration can be derived from Ibrahim Traoré, the leader of Burkina Faso, and the beautiful things that he is doing. I believe that leadership is not about age, it's about good planning and hard work. So we humbly request the reform of Article 62B. Your Excellency, another point has to do with building factories across the country based on comparative advantages. For example, when you come to our Afro region, it's best known to be the producer of cocoa, cashews, amongst others. We can have a factory there so we can add value to it and export it, thereby contributing to our economy and also creating jobs for our youth. Again, when you go to the northern part of Ghana, we can have shea butter factory there to also add value to the shea butter and export it. This will go a long way to reduce unemployment and also contribute to our economy. Your Excellency, another point has to do with multiplicity of our ID cards. Currently, Ghana alone has many cards, which includes Ghana card, health insurance card, passports, amongst others. So we are pleading on you that these monies we use every year to do these cards, such as the voter's ID card, amongst others, we can have only one card. This will go a long way to save Ghana's money, and these monies can be channeled in building more factories to create jobs for the youth. So, like I said earlier, I emphasize, we can have only one card that can serve these purposes. Again, Your Excellency, rebranding creative arts and tourism. Ghana is rich in history and tourism as well. Basically, most of our youth and also our appointees, ministers, and other CEOs travel all the way to Dubai and Europe for pleasures, whereby they leave behind our own resources and go outside and add value to other countries' resources. So what we are pleading on you is that let us construct good road connecting visitors to these tourist attractions. And then we renovate these tourist attractions. For example, when you come to Afro region, we have Mimbo. Mimbo can attract a lot of foreign people to come and just look at how it is. This will go a long way to create jobs for the people whilst contributing to our economy. When you go to Efiama Monkey Sanctuary, it's a place we can renovate, make sure we get proper road networks, connecting visitors to these places. This will go a long way to put Ghana on the map whilst projecting the good image of the country. I believe this can also go a long way to create jobs for the people, because when these places are being renovated, they will employ the youth, and that will go a long way to reduce unemployment. Again, Mr. President, I believe that the youth are ready to help to put our nation into right direction. I believe with the right resources, we will get the country on the right direction. His Excellency Booker T. Washington once said, and I quote, "There are two ways of exerting one's strength. One is pushing up and the other is pushing down. Let us all endeavor to push uplift. It is there that you and I will find success. May the Almighty God bless our homeland, Ghana." Like I said earlier, my name is Kamal-Deen Abdullah Ibn Chambas.